So this is easiest on here, and again, encourage you to take notes, because when you take notes, you learn and you remember. So write on your page. So this work wasn't dreamt up by somebody. However, it was done by a gentleman called Dr. William Marston. So Marston was about the same era as Jung and Freud, but where Jung and Freud were studying abnormal behaviour, Marston was studying normal behaviour. Normal, whatever normal is, yeah? So basically he did lots and lots of studies of lots and lots of people and categorised people into 4 different areas, or 4 preferences of styles. And how he did that was on 2 axes. So how do people perceive themselves in an environment, and how do they perceive their environment? Yeah. So they look at, do they see their environment as favourable or not favourable? Yeah. And how do they see themselves in that environment? Okay, see themselves. And they see themselves as either being more powerful than their environment or less powerful than their environment. Now, in a Western society, we need to be careful about those things because they can be perceived as being negative or positive. It's neither, and I'm going to describe why. So when people see an environment and they see it either as being favourable or not so favourable, it's not about good or bad. These people on this side, seeing it as positive, they're what we call the optimists. So they see the good in everything, the rose-coloured glasses, the love and light, the charm, the joy. They see everything very, very positively, which is lovely. However, not good when there's risk or danger. The people on this side, it's not that they're negative, but they are the devil's advocates. Okay? They can be more pessimistic, but they see where the holes are, they see where the gaps are, they see where the problems are, they see where the challenges are. And that's important, yeah? Because if we don't have some view of where there are challenges, then we don't work to overcome them. Yeah? Okay, so let's have a look at it. Let's get into it. So dominance. So the 4 styles that exist are people who are dominant, influencers, steadiness, and conscientiousness. Okay. So the first half of our session has got a bit of theory. Okay? It gives me a stage, it's all about me. But then later on I'm going to get you to do some work, so don't worry. Okay? So, dominance. Dominant people, they see themselves as more powerful than their environment. In other words, they seek and believe that they can change the rules, bend them, sometimes want to break them. Yeah. So they want to alter. So back in the pharmaceutical environment 20 years ago, so I worked for Alpha Pharm, which was the first generic company here in Australia, a very big generic company. So the owners of the company, the Duchans, Dave Duchan and Paul Duchan, back then, generics was illegal, or wasn't legal. So they approached Canberra, so they changed the rules to enable that state of play to change. Yeah, so that's going to the highest level. Let's change the whole rules in Australia about prescription medication and generics. So they also see the world as less favourable or unfavourable. So these people here play devil's advocate. They can be pessimistic. They see the challenges. They see problems. They see the holes, they see the gaps. Yeah. So with our influencers. So our influencers are people who see positive, so light, rose-coloured glasses, optimism, fun and friendship, woo. And they also see themselves as more powerful than their environment. So a little bit of rule benders, rule breakers, what can we get away with? So they are called influencers, What do you think those people look like, sound like? How would we recognise them?
Very communicative.
Very what? Communicative, yes. Yes, they love to communicate. You can't shut them up sometimes. Very communicative. What else? How would we recognise them?
Good listeners.
Yeah. As long as we're talking about me. So high I's are influencers, are charming and social butterflies. They're not great listeners. They're not as bad as the D's. The D's are not good listeners. Yeah? This is their weakness, is they're not good listeners. Okay, so our communicators are more charming. They inspire people to action. They are social. They're the people you catch by the water cooler all day, just chit-chatting. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, bright shiny thing. Oh. Okay. So they are fantastic at inspiring others to action. You know. So when you've got a new project or a new product launch, yeah, these are the people. Somebody else may have the ideas, or this is what we're going to do. Charge out with confidence. This is what we're going to do. And our conscientious people will do all the research to make sure it's right and it's market viable and it's costed correctly. And then our eyes, they're going to inspire everybody to action. Say, come on, we can do this. Let's go. So everybody has their role to play. And our steadiness, when it starts getting tough, they're our glue. They're the people who hold the family together and keep everybody going. So when these people lose steam and go, oh, that's bored now, I want to go somewhere else, the S's say, no, 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 let's keep going. Let's round you all up, keep going. So everybody's important and everyone plays a role. And every role has strengths and every role has some areas of weakness. Yep. Okay, so our steadiness people. So they see love and light, optimism, rose-coloured glasses, the good in the world. And they see themselves as less powerful than the environment. So remembering that that doesn't mean negative, it just means that they want to work in with what's been proven. Yeah? So I'm not here to change the world, I'm here to make sure we keep to the rules. Yeah? So these steadiness people, how would we recognise them? Because they love the status quo. Yeah. I call them the glue. They want everybody to get along. They do not like conflict. They do not like arguing. Our D's, we love it. Bring it on. Game on. Yeah, let's have a real good argy-bargy and then we'll go and have a drink. Nice. These people are like, oh no. So they keep everything together, so they create harmony. They are incredibly good listeners. These are our listeners. They are patient and they are loyal. Because they don't like change. It's not that they don't like change, they just don't like big change. So with these people, and especially if you're in a leadership position and or a management position, what I mean by that, you have direct reports. So if you have direct reports and you have an S who's working for you, they don't like big change. If you come in and say, we've got to move, and you've got 38 seconds to do it, they're like, what? No, because when I pack my box, I've got to do it in this sequence, in this order, and I have to label it, and you're not giving me time to get my labeler out. You are lacking inconsiderate. You are inconsiderate. Yeah? So these S people see Ds as being quite inconsiderate because they're too fast and punchy. Okay, so our conscientiousness people. So they see themselves as less powerful in the environment, so let's keep within the rules, the policies, procedures, but they also see all the problems, the issues, the challenges, devil's advocate. So this is what their biggest, highest principle or goal in life is accuracy. Yeah, so their accuracy, they absolutely detest criticism. Mind you, they're highly critical themselves, very, very critical of themselves and others, and respond extremely poorly to criticism. It's probably spelt wrong, but anyway, it's just so I can watch the seas quiver. So these high Cs, they love accuracy, they love detail. Yeah? Detail. They love charts. They love research. They love analysis paralysis. Yeah? You ask this person for a one-pager, they give you a thesis. Kills me. No. So they they also have their role to play. So there's times and place where you need that level of accuracy and detail. You can't have a go-to-market strategy and just decide one day, oh, our customers want purple mops. I don't know, I'm making something up. And you just decide on a whim. Okay, that doesn't work. You need marketing or product development to go and check out and say, well, do we have a market for it? Who is our customer? What is their avatar? How much is it going to cost? How do we price it? So every single style has a place, has a position and a role to play.